right, what's up, everybody? Vroom, 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 MFers. We got Driverz in his house. I believe my man Tony's here.
Jimbo, what's good, brother?
Yo, man,
How are you?
Oh man, I'm stoked to have you, man. It's been a fun day, and I am stoked to wrap up the AMAs with you, man, and get into more of that late night vibe. And yeah, man, I'm just excited. The vibe around Driverz is just ecstatic lately, so I'm super stoked to chat with you, and get it popping. How you doing today?
Oh my God! First of all, I was vibing to that song, whatever that tune was. I was in the zone. I was like, I don't know if we're stopping to talk, but we can hang here. But thank you for having us. Thank you for having me, Jimbo. It's always a pleasure. Appreciate getting invited back to these things. I don't know how you or why you put up with me, but appreciate you.
Man, no, you're a real one. I'll start off just by saying, man, I want you to jump in for those who aren't familiar with what Driverz is. Go ahead and just give a little overview of what it is, who you are, obviously, what it is, and then we'll jump into kind of what you're getting into and stuff like that. And I just put a giveaway in the channel for we're giving away 10 total throughout the party, but 5 right now is Genesis Driverz, which I'm sure you'll touch on here in a minute. So take it away, my friend.
Yeah, appreciate you, and thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. My human name is Tony Leadbeater. I'm the GM over at Driverz. We are a group of automotive racing karting fans, and we live on Flow blockchain, obviously. Our Genesis set, we've been kicking around for about 16 months or so now. I've been on the team, and we launched our Genesis set back in June. That's what Jimbo is giving away right now in the channel, so go check that out. Our Genesis set is 5,500 pieces. It's a PFP collection, Formula One inspired PFPs, drivers in different suits. They offer tons of utility back to holders who hang on to them. So we offer Fantasy Formula One for anyone who is watching Formula One racing right now. Racing season just started. We have our second race of the season tomorrow in Saudi Arabia, so super pumped for that. So we offer cash back to holders through passive income that way through Fantasy Formula One. We also offer 2 different Driverz racing leagues. We offer a Driverz racing league called DRL and our Driverz Turbo leagues. Both of those offer cash and prizes back to holders based on how many drivers are within your wallet. Fantasy as well, I should also mention, is based on how many drivers are within your wallet. So you're eligible for more leagues based on how many you hold. So we have 4 different tiers of holdership within our ecosystem for Genesis. We have our owners, our pit crew, our elite, and our champion tiers. So that's 0 or 1 to 5, 6 to 12, 13 to 24, and 25 plus drivers are the 4 tiers within the ecosystem. By the way, while I'm talking to anyone who is brand new to Driverz, the best place to check us out, if I am going too fast or too slow, always go to driverzinc.io/membership. That's going to be your kind of one-stop shop to see all the utility for the different sets right on the website and kind of see what I'm kind of going through now. But Genesis, we do offer that Fantasy Formula One. We also offer those 2 racing simulation leagues. Our Driverz Racing League, we offer a live Twitch stream. Our artist of our new set, Son of a Sushi Chef, he does a live stream on our Twitch channel. You can bet on the drivers a D-coin, and if you are successful, you earn D-coin back. That will future be exchangeable for our Vroom token, which is going to be our native token on our website. All of that Vroom token is exchangeable for in real life experiences, racing, karting, auto, all that type of stuff near you. So more to come. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. So we do offer those 2 different types of simulation leagues. Definitely check those out. You can check those out right on the website on the racing tab. So if you go to driverzinc.io/racing to learn more about both of those 2 different racing simulation styles. Our Turbo League, we run twice a month, once for owners and once for our champion holders, our 25 plus holders. And that is basic simulation that we built in partnership with Melverk from the Polygon blockchain and Moonshot Baseball, a homegrown sim where they put in the statistics of all of our drivers have statistics and skills tied to them. It puts it into the simulation, and they drive a race, and the winners come out. We have a Grand Prix event, and cash and prizes are given back to our holders. So another way we can give back to you all. So that's our Driverz Turbo Sim. In addition, with our Genesis set, we do have some other utilities attached. We are partnered with Web3ware, who is our official merchandise partner. So all of our NFTs, you can purchase one-of-one NFT wear right through their merch website. Or we also have generic Driverz merch wear for anyone who wants to check that out. It's an awesome site. So huge fans of the Web3ware merch partnership. In addition, with the Genesis, there's the community itself. It's built. There's 30 teams in the ecosystem. All of them are kind of built out, and there's captains in the ecosystem that live 39 in total for those 39 teams. Those captains provide their own utility back. They offer passive income back as kind of a dividend back to their holders. So 39 captains, like I said, offer 20% of the secondary market share back to the holders that hold them in their wallet. They're kind of a 3D version of the Driverz that I'm talking out of right now. So if you can imagine what I'm talking out of, just a 3D version, like if you had to put the movie 3D style goggles on to check them out. So those offer passive income back to holders. We also offer passive income back to holders in the form of dividends as well quarterly for our champion holders as well. So if you hold 25 in the wallet, just another way to get kind of passive income back with that Genesis set. We do have a new set that is minting right now. We just released open public sale not too long ago here. It's called our Driverz Car Club collection. This is kind of our bridge to the Web 2 in real life experience realm here. So the Driverz Car Club collection, owning one unlocks staking available on our website coming soon. In the next couple of weeks here, we're hoping sometime in April to officially launch that. The staking will be for a native Vroom token. Each collectible within your Driverz garage will earn a certain earn rate of that Vroom token, and you can exchange that token right on our website for in real life racing, auto, karting, any type of car experiences near you. So we've picked out 8 different regions around the world. We're going to buy different tickets and partner with different groups to give back and kind of put those all on one space on our website. And for anyone who owns a Car Club collectible, you'll be able to stake all of your Driverz collectibles, Genesis included, for a certain earn rate and kind of exchange for those experiences. If racing is not necessarily your thing and you'd rather exchange those experiences for something else, there will be options on the website to change for in real life for cash or kind of NFTs in exchange instead of those in real life experiences. So more to come on the staking site soon. That's going to be built out in the next couple of weeks and launched officially. But that's all tied to our Driverz Car Club set. There are multipliers built within the set as well. So 3 kind of tiers of holdership within the Car Club. So 1, 7 plus, and 15 plus. If you own 7 plus, it's 1.5 times all your collectibles. And if you own 15 plus, then it's 2 times all of your collectibles. So that Driverz Car Club is minting now at driverzinc.io/mint. It is $77 if you own a Genesis Driverz in your wallet, $97 for public sale if you don't own anything with us. So not financial advice. Do your own research always. Check out our Genesis set. We have plenty around the kind of $25 to $30 range right now. So if you purchase a Genesis, it kind of unlocks all of the different pieces of the utility that I was talking about with the base set. And it'll also provide that mint discount for the new set that just opened up. So take a look at that. Different options there, obviously, but the Genesis will kind of unlock the vault and the discount for the new pieces. So definitely worth looking into for someone brand new and coming into the community. What else? Jimbo.
I'd say I want you to go into your amazing story and how you got here. And so I know this is kind of like we've walked through this a few times, man, but I genuinely enjoy it. And I think the people who haven't heard it would love to hear it. So talk a little bit about how you started with Driverz, kind of what you guys went through, and what series of events led you to being the GM.
Yeah, it's been a journey. Like I said, I started Driverz itself. The concept was about 16, 17 months ago now. I joined the team in January of last year. So the concept was December the year before. December 2021 was concept. So I was like, I don't know, 3, 4 weeks post concept, I joined the project. I originally joined on as kind of the marketing guru. And so I was in charge of launching the Twitter page. I was in charge of collabs and partnerships, social media. I redid the Discord at the time, things like that. So kind of the social platforming, building a community. I was in charge of bringing different people together because I'm kind of an NFT nut and all over the space in Flow and ETH and otherwise. So I came onto the team for that reason. And as we kind of launched the set, we launched in June, and we were very much involved in kind of launching that set on Gaia. That launched with Dapper Wallet, of course, for anyone who is not familiar with us at all. So we launched on Gaia, Dapper Market, in June timeframe. We were a team of 5 kind of foundery groups, people at the time, whatever we want to call us, a team of 5. And around October timeframe, we kind of went through a full team reconstruction, I would want to say. And I moved 2 of the 5 original that were with the project kind of went their own way, and I kind of took over in the GM spot after some time there. And yeah, so my role definitely expanded a bit, and I'm still doing a lot of the kind of partnerships and marketing and that type of stuff now, but obviously a lot more with the new role and kind of building out the new set. What immediate things that we knew we wanted to do. I was super passionate, obviously, about the project, and the community saw that, I think, and was super powerful in helping to move everything forward. We kind of had to rebuild and reimagine our product, I think, a bit. We basic things like we didn't have a website, and we were kind of living off Gaia, and everything was built in our Discord, which was effective, and we were we delivered all last race season to all of our holders who participated in fantasy and otherwise, and we were super excited for that. But there was a different way to approach the business model and kind of all of that, and it started with basic things like a website. So we launched a new website. I hired on a whole new team, kind of blew up the structure of the team and otherwise. So we have a bunch of new employees kicking around since the October timeframe. We had our utility airdrop set, which was tied to our Genesis collection. So for holders based on how many were in their wallet, you were owed NFTs back. So we did helmets, tires, cars, and steering wheels in a set. So we delivered that out to holders. We opened our homegrown marketplace on our website. So on the marketplace tab, driverzinc.io/marketplace, you can see kind of a homegrown marketplace built within there. Our future sets will obviously roll into that, including our current Car Club Mint. And yeah, the big thing is obviously we launched this new set. So the concept for the new set kind of came around October timeframe. We really wanted to expand beyond just Formula One. Our Genesis set was super powerful, I think, in what we were able to deliver to the Formula One fan base. I myself had never watched Formula One before. Obviously a racing and a car and auto fan, but never watched Formula One before the project. So I, like many others, became obsessed with it because of what Driverz kind of put together for from the investor side of the house last year. So we kind of had to rethink and reinvent that to expand for the next phase. So I think we set some initial goals. I can tell you one of our major goals, or my major goals and team goals, is to expand the Genesis holdership. So we started with this October timeframe around like 970 or so holders. Right now we're closer to like 1100, so we're climbing, which is great. I would love to see our Genesis set somewhere around the 1800 to 2000 range, and that's kind of our goal. So bring in Genesis holders new to the product, show people who love racing and auto and karting and anything like that, what we're all about, and kind of bring them in and show them everything. Um, Obviously the new mints in house, but and the goal would be, of course, to sell as many of the mint as we possibly can, so we can be a thriving business and be around forever. But the real goal, number one, in my mind, is increase owners and the view and visibility of drivers and get the word out. Kind of bring in new people and new eyes, people who may not have seen us before or heard about us before, or maybe they did. And now they're seeing kind of all the utility and everything come to fruition. Um, just in the past, I don't know, 6 or however many months now, since the team reconstruction and kind of website launch, there's been so many positive things that have happened. And we've had the opportunity in the off season for racing to kind of build and grow, which has been really unique and awesome. I think from our perspective to kind of have that time, because we needed it to kind of relaunch and rebuild. But yeah, looking forward to kind of the next phase, and Car Club is really that. So Car Club is for that standard racing auto fan. If you like going to car shows, if you like riding in go-karts, if you are someone who likes a driving experience, like maybe drive a Porsche or whatever around a track, if you're someone obviously who loves racing, we're definitely pushing to kind of expand our brand. We're looking at different brands of racing. We've already kind of released some rumbling of partnerships and sponsorships with different drivers and different kind of areas of the sport. So, for example, Daniel Frost, we're a huge supporter of him on the Indy circuit. So keep an eye out for him and things to come with that. So yeah, we're definitely kind of looking to expand and build our holdership and grow into the future here to more of a a whole new world beyond just the standard launch that we had on Gaia with that first set. So obviously appealing to who we have in the Dapper audience is important, but building that Web 2 bridge from the Web 3 space to racing is kind of where our mind's at, and building that Genesis set is goal one. So yeah, I don't know if I gave you too much or too little to answer your question, but that's kind of where we came from and where we're going.
No, man. I honestly, the passion that seeps through your voice constantly when you talk about this. The reason I wanted you to talk about that, to be honest with you, Tony, is it would have been very, very easy and understanding for drivers to rug when they did when the transition took place. And I don't mean like rug like isn't like fuck the community. I mean rug isn't like it's over our heads. We can't do nothing about it. And man, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, it was so cool to see you and the rest of the community kind of step up and say, no, man, we don't want to let this die. We really want it to keep going. And I was so skeptical, Tony. I was like, no way are they gonna pull this out. Man, I'm so happy for you, man, because the community is just strong, passionate. You're a perfect example of that niche area that people can go to and enjoy their passion, which Formula One racing. The other thing I love that you say in that story is that you had never watched it before and you're a racing fan. But in all fairness, Formula One is much different than than typical NASCAR. So I think that's just so cool that you developed such a strong passion for it. And the last thing I just sentimentally want you to touch on for a second is how important the community's been in that support they've given you and how that impacted you moving forward with the project.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, all pun intended, I think. And it's been crazy from the start, but I don't think I'd have it any other way, honestly. The community behind us, a lot of them are still kicking around and have been here since the very beginning. I can remember just kicking off the Twitter page and kind of meeting the initial people, and a lot of those people are still some of our most kind of cherished investors and community members. I'm thankful for all of you, everybody who's here today listening. If you've held the Driverz, if you've listened to me ramble on any of the spaces in the past, if you've just hung out in our Discord, even said hi at any point, I appreciate you. We appreciate you. And I can't tell you how much the community has been really impactful in our growth and kind of driving our current existence, as you kind of said, and you're right. We were in a very interesting position where we did deliver our utility that we promised, but we could have kind of walked away at that point based on that being it, and kind of the passion and the team and the community and just the history of it all. I couldn't walk away, and I am so happy that we didn't, and happy that we continued to build and grow, and that we are incredibly miles beyond, again, another pun, beyond where we were before. And I am so excited for kind of the future and where we're going, and where we're headed. We have some incredible community members from the past, but I also want to say that we have brought on some incredibly passionate community members in the present time, who did not mint with us back in June timeframe for that Genesis set, who are just finding Driverz for the first time through spaces or a collab or an event like this one for the first time. So I am so thankful for everybody who's kind of stuck around, everybody who's new to the space, everyone who's just checking us out today, even for the first time. We appreciate you. Honestly, we wouldn't be here without you. So I'm thankful for it. I know it's been, you're right, it has been crazy, and we have had a kind of a unique situation, but we've pulled through it, and we've built, and I am so excited for kind of future and moving forward and what's to come. I think this new set offers the ability to really rebuild the brand and make Driverz more of a household name. Something that anyone, at least in the Dapper space or in the NFT space, will know who we are, and that's the goal. And getting as many people to know the Driverz name and brand, and building any way that we can. We have a ton of plans hidden behind the scenes. I don't want to overpromise because I hate doing that. I can't stand projects that overpromise, but know that we are working on other things that, on top of all of the utility and everything else that I already talked about, that aren't being talked about. So things you could potentially think of, like, for example, we have a homegrown simulator that could be potentially expanded into maybe a video game or an app or something like that. So think about things like that. We are thinking about things about expanding the brand into maybe untouched markets that may not have been tapped to this point that could be. So we're expanding maybe, again, don't hold me to this, but we're looking at maybe producing a board game and kind of expanding into that realm. So always kind of looking to evolve and grow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next phase and where we're headed, the future, what's planned, what we have. I can tell you, the list goes on, and I'm excited for it. So I'm excited for everybody who's here now, everybody who's just checking us out for the first time. Welcome, and couldn't be more happy to have you with us.
I wanted to talk, obviously, I'd love to hear more about, what's happening now. And I want you to take me kind of through from Genesis Driver through, just kind of like that little, no pun intended, that flow you got going, where it's, from Driverz to the tires to kind of the teams. Can you kind of walk me through what it would be like in the step one of buying the NFT?
Yeah, so let's start with the Genesis set, because that's where even though we are minting now, and I would love for everyone to go out and mint us out of that new set right this second, start with the Genesis Driverz. That's going to get you into the base of the utility and kind of everything that's going on. So with the Genesis set, They are the Driverz PFP that I'm kind of speaking out of right now. They're divided into 30 teams. The teams and there's a total of 55 suits. The suits are kind of how you can tell where they stand. You can search all of these, by the way, in the filters within Gaia Marketplace. So you can search by suit, you can search by team. All of the drivers themselves have skills, so that's probably the main thing that you're going to be shopping when you're looking for drivers on the market today. So they have 4 skills attached to each of the drivers, as well as a special skill. Each one of those skills is scored 0 to 100. So obviously, the higher the skill score, the higher the better they are. Those skills are physical stamina, mental, teamwork, and luck. And then some drivers have a special skill attached to them, things like reliability or turning, things like that to help kind of boost them. Those skills directly impact how they perform in our different simulation environments. So we have 2 different simulations that I talked about, the Driverz Racing League and the Driverz Turbo. Both of those are skill-based, but they are driving. I want to let you know that the best driver doesn't always win, because there is variability, like accidents and pit stops and other things that happen during the race. But skills definitely impact that. So if you're fresh shopping drivers for the first time, check out those 4 different skill pieces and the special skill. That's kind of a good way to get started. I would say as a general recommendation as well, you can filter, like I said, kind of by team. So if there's maybe a team or something that you're shopping, if you like a certain suit or a certain color, pick that out first, and then kind of shop by skill to see what the price range is for that specific team or group to get you started. Like I said, with the tiers, we do have different simulations that require more than one driver, like our Driverz Racing League currently can go up to 4. So if you are going to purchase a couple, I personally would recommend picking different teams so that you don't kind of put all your eggs in one basket. So if I love that you would be repping, like, for example, my current one is the Boston Raiders. That's the team that I'm talking from today, is the Boston Raiders. I am from Connecticut, so it is my local drivers team. Let's go Raiders. But this PFP, I would recommend if you're going to buy a couple of them to kind of get to a different tier. For example, maybe you were thinking about getting to the pit crew tier, which is 6. Pick different teams to kind of to spread everything around. Now, we also offer the 2 other collections that we have on the marketplace. So we have our utility collection. That was an airdrop set that's on the marketplace tab. Those are tires, helmets, steering wheels, and cars. Those are going to be used starting at the end of this month in a, if you're familiar with Top Shot, which most of this room is, kind of a challenge style format. So we're going to have 2 different collection tiers. For example, hold a tire with a blue tier, hold a tire with a blue flame, and a helmet that's pink, and a green steering wheel, and maybe you win an NFT. So that could be an example of a challenge. So we're going to do monthly challenges with that set. So if you're interested in kind of collection-based challenges, that's a good set to check out. That's on our marketplace tab. So driverzinc.io/marketplace. And then, of course, our current mint. And our current mint is our Car Club collection. So driverzinc.io/mint to get into the Car Club collection. The Car Club collection itself, outside of the staking that I already talked about, which is that room token, holding 1 unlocks the staking ability. It also can be used in our DRL, our Driverz Racing League simulations. So you can use up to 4 tires from our Car Club collection as upgrades for your drivers. So if you're kind of coming into the simulation world and you want to check out that side of the space with us, 4 tires is a good place to go for Car Club to kind of load up your car and get yourself fully upgraded for the races. Those Driverz Car Club, by the way, are also unlock an additional staking in real life staking experience league with us. So if you own a car club and a Genesis together, so 1-in-1 minimum, you'll be eligible for that that additional fantasy league. So that fantasy league is going to send winners to a race of their choosing in their local area. So another reason to kind of check out that new set. But yeah, for anyone brand new and kind of coming into Driverz and checking everything out, obviously we have a ton going on with lots of different sets. Just hearing me talk about the different sets myself, I'm exhausting myself with all the different options that we have. So head to driverzinc.io/membership. That is the best one-stop shop to kind of encyclopedia, quick see what everything offers with the different sets. A lot of buying it within the different collections is personal preference, outside of the skills, obviously, that I talked about earlier. So if you like a certain team, if you like a certain color, I would also recommend, and a lot of you on this call, I think, are probably familiar with the Flow Score platform. Driverz is on Flow Score. They are our official rarity partner. So if you haven't, check out Flow Score. I think it's nft.com. I could be saying that wrong, but there is an official link on our website, so check it out if it's not there. Flow Score is a great place to shop. So if you're looking to kind of come into the Genesis realm, and you're just kind of feeling your way around and looking at different drivers, check out Flow Score. You can register for a Flow Score account on there, whether you are a Driverz holder or not, and search up kind of through the collection and see what's out there. If there's something on market that you like, you can see where it ranks within the rarity and ranking system. Maybe it's got a super rare helmet or something attached to it. So definitely would recommend kind of checking out that platform if you're shopping as well. What else for new shoppers? I would also say my general recommendation, if you're coming in brand new, like I said, do your own research always, do all the asterisks and all that stuff. But my general recommendation would be grab a Genesis and grab a car club, and that unlocks the full kind of gamut of everything. So that will give you a unlock to the Fantasy Formula One. That'll give you an unlock to all the simulation experiences. And then that car club will unlock your staking. So you'll kind of get the full action, and you can decide from there if you want to stack up in different ways to achieve the different tiers for the holdership. So the more you own and the more specific things within the collection that you own, based on what they are, obviously, like captains or things like that, they offer different utility back. So yeah, definitely check out the membership utility tab on our website. That's kind of that encyclopedia. Definitely check out Flow Score as you're shopping. Rule of thumb, the skills are important for sure, but not the final factor. So don't be upset if your Driverz isn't the most skilled on the track. They still got a chance at winning the race. But yeah.
I think what's one of my favorite parts about it is you said it's exhausting you, but honestly, like that's what true fandom is, right? And that's what community is just having. I feel this way with Crypto Pharaohs, with Hussein and Zaya. It's like you can get lost in it, and genuinely, like I don't have the time to do it, but what's awesome is the communities do. Like I absolutely love. I have a couple of my communities that I put all that extra time into, and I absolutely love how diverse Flow is with that. And at the same time, we all can come together and appreciate all the other works and all that. But what's rad is that you're the one-stop shop for F1 racing, and really racing in general. And I love that you said you have the fantasy, so you hit it from a bunch of different aspects, right? So I'm curious too, obviously, with your trajectory thus far, I love asking creators this and people behind projects is this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. For every 15 minutes, my timer goes off. Not financial advice. You're not promising anything. Blah 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 blah. In 5 to 6 months, something around that time frame, in an ideal world, what are people excited about for Driverz? What's the talk of the town?
Yeah, I like this question, but I also don't like it because it's projecting. But yeah, for us, we have so much in the works for short and long term. Obviously, I kind of gave you a bulk of the short term list. For long term, like I said, we're really expanding beyond F1. So we're things you could potentially expect. You can expect a lot more in real life partnerships. You can expect potentially ownerships or sponsorships for racing or karting or auto type experiences or locations. You can expect definitely long term. We're looking to evolve and grow, like I said, our turbo sim into more of a ever evolving video game type experience. Not to promise that, but something along those lines is coming and in the works. Um, like I said kind of earlier, we are looking to look expand the brand beyond the current NFT space. I am not going to openly say that we are not an NFT company at this time, but I will say that we are looking to expand Driver's name beyond NFTs. So yeah, things like I said, like with a video game or not a video game, but a board game potentially, to kind of get our name out there. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you're in Target and you see a Driver's on the shelf? Board game that you could pick up that our holders already have access to because they're the NFT holders with us, and that's awesome. So things like that. We're definitely looking a lot in the IRL Web2 racing space. So owning a car like on the F1 circuit is obviously way too expensive and unrealistic. But anything in that realm, like examples, karting or indie or things down along those lines may not be. So kind of keep those things in the back of your mind without saying that Tony just promised us all those things. Yeah, we have a whole lot in the works. Definitely tons of plans for the future. Always in the process of building. A lot of it obviously is contingent on our new set. It's out there. We're hoping to grow and that it continues to be successful. I can tell you that obviously we were not an instant sellout, but we are selling at least a couple a day, and I can say that optimistically that I hope that will keep continuing to grow and build. So if that's going to kind of keep us going, we're going to keep building as long as we can. So we're excited. We have tons of plans, like I said, for short and long term. And we're looking forward to building with this community and kind of seeing where everything goes. So yeah.
That's super rad, man. And honestly, that's what I look for. Like personally, I just look for that passion, and it's unmistakable in you, man. You guys are really working on it. And when you have that like that dedicated community like you have behind you, it's a lot easier than when you have it's good to have skeptical community, but a constant like demanding community is tough to work with. And I think that you have quite the opposite. You have a very supportive community, and it's relaxed and chill and definitely about that vibe. So man, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it's going to happen. I'm stoked. Just stoked for the project in general. I'm stoked that they saved it. I'm stoked you ran with it. You took a passion and kept going. I mean, it's definitely one of those stories. It's one of my favorite stories on Flow because so often it goes the other way, right? Something didn't go right during Mint, so they just gave up. And again, no shade to anybody, but it's happened a few times on Flow, and it is disappointing, not in like a malicious way, but just in a sad way because the community now is doesn't have anywhere to go. And so again, I'll never not give you the props for allowing this community a place to enjoy their passion and to keep getting interesting. I would love to see a Driverz in Target or one of those places as well, man. So you don't worry, I didn't write it in stone. Um, Lawyers aren't coming after you yet. But yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked. I do have another question for you. When it comes to the artwork, right? So are you with one artist, or how is it? How does it go?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. So we have two artists. Our Genesis set is the artist is D. Lee. He's the owner of Driverz Inc. One of the founders. He's still with us, and he's the Genesis artist who did the one that I'm kind of talking out of today. The that Genesis set. He also designed our uh, the utility airdrop collection. So the tires, helmets, steering wheels, and cars were drawn by D. Lee. Um, the new Car Clubs collection is a 3D set. So I brought in a 3D artist to kind of build that one out. That is son of a sushi chef is his handle. I don't know if he's in here, but he's also the our streamer for DRL. Our Driverz Racing League on Twitch. So if you've tuned in to any of our Driverz Racing League events, which I believe there's going to be one, I want to say next week will be our next one. They're awesome. If you've tuned into any of those, he's the artist for our new sets, son of a sushi chef. The art itself for this new set is 3D pencil drawn style. So it's mostly tires, but there's also a mix within the set itself of a rotating AVI file. So there's 525 kind of spinning video file tires. There's also sponsor tires and which are exclusive one-of-ones for communities that have been close and partnered with us in the past. We have a couple featured tires in there. And we also have 30 legendary pieces that he drew within the set. Also all 3D. I will say they're sick. They're different automotive swagoo or parts. I guess we'll call them. I don't know what we're calling that, but they're not necessarily tires. Actually, they're not tires. All those 30 pieces. So some of the ones that have leaked since we have come to public mint we have a bucket seat. There's a brake-in caliper set, and I'm trying to think what other one leaked so I don't give anything away. Pistons was the other one that came out. So there's 30 pieces. They're hidden within the mint. I can tell you to date that as of right now, no one has minted a legendary or sponsor piece yet. So they are still all hidden at this time within the mint, which is, I think, news for anybody minting. That's great. So yeah, there's a new artist. He did a 3D kind of set for us. I'm looking forward to kind of how we progress with the future with the two of them on. It's fun having the two of them on from like a content perspective because I can kind of mix the two styles, which is really neat. But yeah, super excited that we brought him on. Sushi was formerly a community rock star for us. Humble, one of the original founders, and him kicked off the DRL, and he did so well with it that I knew I had to hire him for that purpose. But he is an amazing kind of graphic designer and artist, 3D artist online and things like that. So I saw some of his design work. He was designing tires, and we said, yeah, this is going to be the next set. This is it. So super pumped to bring him in. He's been a rock star the whole way.
That's rad, man. Yeah, and to say the least, you've had a long road, and what makes me, bullish on that concept is that I think you've been through some of the hardest challenges you're going to go through already. So, your team is prepped. I love how you kind of sought within the community as well. Is that something you're kind of looking forward to doing more? I mean, is that ideal? Tell us a little bit about what that means to kind of pull from the community to join the team.
Yeah, and it's something that I definitely did a lot of. I think everyone that was hired and brought on was someone from in the community that was contributing in some way. Not necessarily in what they were hired for, but they were somehow giving back to drivers. So they were all owners. They all, for example, Matador, who I brought on as communications director, you may know him from communities like Ballers and otherwise. He is a legend in kind of the pod and that space, voice communication, we'll say. So he had featured Driverz a couple times on his different podcasts, and I said, hey, we could really use kind of that in the space. And now he does the Vroom Vroom FM radio for us, is our Driverz podcast. So he does that for us. He's also heading up Fantasy F1, which I'm super thankful for. Thank you, Matador, if you're listening. But yeah, we other people on the team, we all brought them on from within the community. Jay Ross is running our Twitter page. Huge shout out to Jay Ross. He was running the Chicago Bandits, one of the teams' pages. He kicked off a team page for one of the Driverz teams, and it was super successful. He is a massive kind of genius in the photo content creation realm, and I knew that I've known him for a little over a year now as a friend in other spaces and groups, and I knew I needed him on the team. So yeah, we Sushi, Matador, J. Ross, they were all from homegrown from the community and brought in, all owners before they were employees here, and they all still hold their bags. So thankful for that too. Still investors with us. But we for the future we're looking to kind of continue and to grow and expand that. For one, we have a couple community leads who have been kind of rock stars within our community, and we kind of nominated as a team to be kind of leaders in our space. And there are a few of those. I see one in the room today, so I'll call him out just for the sake of calling him out. Atlanta 21 is one of those community leaders. So him and a few others in the group have been kind of killer rock star community members, and we're kind of giving them additional, I guess, roles and leadership responsibilities within the Discord and otherwise. So we're going to keep doing that. I can tell you that Driverz is looking to expand and grow our team. I'm going to hire on probably about 2 to 3 more people for different roles. I have a couple roles in mind, but we are going to continue to grow and build over the next couple of months here as the mint kind of progresses and moves forward. And I fully intend on that being someone, again, kind of homegrown within the community, if not within the Driverz community, then definitely within the flow space. A fellow face, someone that is known and trustable. As an investor, I think it's super important to know that the person on the other side is not a bot or someone trying to scam or come at you based on everything that goes on in this industry from not from the Dapper side, thank God, but from everywhere else. So having that trust and faith in someone is important, and that reputation within the community of folks, I think is something that has been super powerful for our team, bringing on Matador and Jay Ross and Sushi. They've been rock stars, all 3 of them. So
that's amazing. I just want to shout out Darcy with another dub. It's unbelievable how many dubs Darcy has had during this event, but I'm not mad at it because he's a party favorites VIP, baby. That's what's up. So some Genesis Driverz were given away, which is super, super rad. Yeah, man, no, I'm a firm believer in working for your passion. And I can't stress it enough, man. I can hear, you were joking earlier, like, I bore myself. I think the contrary, man. To be honest, I'm not an F1 fan. I think it's an incredible sport. I'm not a fan in the sense that I follow it. I respect it, but I could just hear the passion in your voice. And to me, that's just like so epic. And that's why I just knew you'd be a part of this event and you'll continue to just do these community events, man. And I think I have you for some late night after hours tonight as well, if you are up to it. I know you're East Coasting, but man, it's always a pleasure, Tony. Again, man, we got almost 100 people in the room, and a lot of new people, a lot of typical people. So just want to give you the last few minutes to kind of say your piece. I'll let the community know how they can go support you, and really anything else you want to share before we play some music and get on to the next one. Thanks again, Tony.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Jimbo, and thank you again for having me, and thank you for having the Driverz team. We are always excited and will always be excited to join these events. Thank you for everybody who came out. If it's your first time hearing about us, if ever you have questions, give us a shout. Give me a shout directly. My DMs are always open. Again, my human name is Tony. You can always come at me either on Discord or on Twitter. If you're not with us in Discord, definitely hop in there. We can answer any questions that you have, but your one-stop shop to kind of learn anything and everything about us is our website. So driverzink.io, that's the place to go. I'm rhyming now, so I should get extra points for that, I think, at some point. Well, so check out the website. Again, if you're brand new to Driverz altogether, the membership utility tab, so driverzink.io/membership will kind of be your overview encyclopedia of everything you need to know about the different sets and what we offer. But we are always open to questions. We are looking for new holders every day. So I love events like this to kind of reach out and meet new people. And I hope that some of you all hopefully take the time to check us out. I'm looking forward to meeting every one of you at some point, I hope. So again, Jimbo, thank you for having us and the Driverz team. We appreciate you. Yeah, it is 11 o'clock p.m. here. I signed up for after hours. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But
you were already within your after hours. But hey, look, you know what you did? You signed up for after hours, and I got 5 more Genesis to give away. So stick around. And again, appreciate the love and appreciate the support in your own community and giving people something to look forward to.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And I am looking forward to everybody who wins those Genesis. Hopefully we get some new holders in here. And if not, obviously our current holders would be stoked for you to stack up as well. But yeah, we appreciate you, Jimbo. I appreciate this event. Thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you for the time. We all have other things we could be doing. So just taking the time to listen and hang out and vibe with us, we appreciate that. So again, my name is Tony. You can always holler at me on Twitter, same handle, or on Discord. My DMs are open. Come jump in our Discord, our Driverz Discord. It's discord.gg/Driverz, I think, is you get there. Driverzink.io is your one-stop shop website for everything you need. Yeah, thank you one and all. We appreciate you.
You're the man. In the meantime, I'm gonna throw that song on it. Oh, and vroom vroom. I was waiting for it. And vroom vroom. I'm gonna throw that song that Tony was vibing to. We got about 10 minutes, and then I'm pulling on Derf Punk for some live art. Super stoked about this. Right after Derf gets done with the live art, we're gonna pop into just some music. I got a curated playlist. We'll play a little Gartic and Rumble, and then we're gonna close out the night with some poker. I'll get the poker link up within the next 20-30 minutes, so bear with me. But yeah, about 5-10 minutes, we'll pull Derf on. In the meantime, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the music, and again, thanks for coming to the Flow Blockchain Block Party.